You want to come to Canada, right? That's why you're watching this. Well, I have updates for you on the rural and northern immigration program, so keep watching and get all the information that the government has released.
Hi, I was born in Congo, raised in Kenya, and I like to think matured in Canada. But it sounds confusing, right? This is me just trying to figure it all out here on Cultural Mashup. My name is Yasser. Keep watching.
Hi, welcome to Cultural Mashup. My name is Yasser, and today I'm doing an update of the Rural and Northern Immigration Program. If you have not watched the first video that I uploaded on this program, then I'm going to leave it linked in the description bar down below. So make sure you check that out and learn all about the program, because I'm not going to repeat the information that I shared in that video. That being said, I'm excited to tell you guys that the government has provided updates on this program, and they have finally released the names of the 11 communities that are going to participate in this program. This is the beginning, so they're going to have just 11 communities participating. Just test out the program and see how it's going to work for the communities and also for the new immigrants that will be coming into Canada. That being said, so I'm very excited to tell you guys about all this information. I'm just going to do a general recap on the video that I uploaded first. This program was created to spread the benefits of economic immigration to Canadian rural communities and small towns that generally a lot of immigrants don't move to when they immigrate to Canada. So the federal government was going to work with the small communities by having the small communities recommend foreign skilled workers who want to live and work in Canada. They were going to recommend them to get permanent residence into Canada. Okay, so that being said, the exciting news is that one thing I've learned is that you will get permanent residence and you will also have a job when you're coming to Canada. Okay, because you'll have to apply for jobs before coming to Canada, and then they will give you permanent residence. So by the time you're coming here, you have your job and you have your permanent residence, and you and your family are ready and set for your life in Canada. Okay, so I'm going to list the 11 communities that the government has listed that are going to participate in this program. There are 5 communities that are selected in Ontario. I'm just going to list them right over here as I'm reading them, because I'm not sure about my pronunciation for these communities, and I'm going to refer to my trusted notes because I do not remember all the names offhand. So in Ontario, the 5 communities that are going to participate, one is Northern Bay, Ontario. The other one is Timmins. Don't come for me if I'm not pronouncing it right. The third one is Sudbury. The 4th one is Sault Ste. Marie in Ontario. And the 5th one is Thunder Bay in Ontario. So those are the communities in Ontario. In Manitoba, they have 2 communities that are going to participate. They have Brandon, Manitoba, and then they have the Rhinelands, and they have like / other small towns that they've listed that are close to each other. They have Plum Collie, they have Greta, and they have Altona in Manitoba. I hope I'm pronouncing those names right. And in Saskatchewan, they only have 1 community participating. They have Moose Jaw in Saskatchewan. They have Clare's Home in Alberta, and that's the only community that's going to participate in the program in Alberta. In BC, they have Vernon, BC. I've been there. It's a nice town. And they also have the West Kootenay, and in brackets they have Trail, Castlegar, they have Rossland and Nelson. These are all small communities that are in the West Kootenay area. So the process for this program is going to be that you are going to be applying for jobs in these small communities, okay? And then after going through interviews and processing and everything with the employers in these small communities, and they give you a job offer, then this small communities is going to recommend you for permanent resident to the federal government, who are going to then give you permanent resident. But remember, you have to qualify to get permanent resident. If you want to know more about like documentation and general like the process for skilled workers to immigrate to Canada, I have a video that I made I have a video that I posted already. I'm going to leave it linked down below, so just look at the process and the documentation that you might require if you're applying to Canada as a skilled worker. So I'm thinking it's the same sort of like documentation you're going to need, but they have not released yet the list of documentation that you're going to need for this program. After the community has recommended you for permanent resident and the federal government also approves your permanent resident, then you're basically just setting up a date of when you can immigrate to Canada and when you can start working in Canada. And and when you get approved, you are allowed to bring your family, but they're going to release all the details in the summer. So we are in spring right now. Summer is the next season. So within 1 to 2 months, they're going to release all the information about who can come, who can participate, and the eligibility criteria for this program as well. The federal government say that they're going to start accepting applications for this program in the fall. The federal government say they're going to start accepting applications into this program around the end of September to October. So if I was you, what I'd be doing is getting all my documents ready to make sure I'm in the first group of people that are going to apply. I hope that makes sense to you. If you want to know what kind of documents you need, then just look at my video that I uploaded about foreign skilled workers coming in with express entry. I'm thinking it's going to be the same type of documentation, so just listen to that video and then just come up with a list of documents that you think you might need to apply into this program, because all this immigration program, they require basically around the same type of documentation, which is basically like your skill diploma, your resume, your work and your English. So look at that video and just see like what you might need and get that ready, so that by the time the program is open around end of September to October, you are able to just apply with everything ready. The thing that mostly delays people's immigration application is usually that they do not have all the paperwork ready and all the requirements ready. So you have time to get everything that they might require ready to apply to this program, to make sure that you are one of the first people that are coming. Remember, when a program starts, like the rules are kind of lenient and then they start getting harder and harder. The more they learn about the program and the more they become more efficient in operating this program. So be one of the first people to apply. To be more helpful to you, apart from providing this information, I'm going to try and find the links to all these communities. I'm going to leave them down below in the description bar. So I'll find their websites, click them and just go through them and see what kind of industries they have in those small communities and see where your skill or how your skills can apply to those communities. When you look at the industries they have, it sort of gives you a general idea of the type of skilled workers they need. So definitely go through them. Don't feel discouraged if you don't think that your job applies to that industry. I find that in most jobs, you can sort of apply your job to whatever industry a community has. Let's wait and see the job posting that they're going to have for those communities, but for the time being, definitely go to the links of those communities and familiarize yourself with the area, familiarize yourself with the industries there and the people, and just a general feel of the culture, and see where you're interested in applying to those small communities. Okay, as a generality, since Canada is so awesome, I'm going to give you a general feel on what you can expect from the communities. So these communities actually want people to come and work. They want people, they need people to come and work. So what they're going to be doing is basically promoting themselves to you, and then you can decide which community you want to apply to. So don't think it's just you who's going to try. The communities are also going to try and impress you, you know, especially if you have a lot of skills and solid skills that they really need. They want to make sure that you're coming to their community. So they're also going to advertise themselves to you. The second thing that the communities are going to do is basically identify the jobs that they need to fill. So I think they'll definitely have them on a website, and then you can see the list of jobs they need, and then they're going to match the people who are applying for those jobs with the employers in their local communities. After that, the communities are going to assess the people who applied and how they best fit the job that they're applying for, and also how they're going to fit in the long term in the community, because they really need you to stay for this program to actually work. They need you to stay in those communities to make sure that those jobs are being filled out permanently, that you're not going to come and move to Vancouver, which is a big city, or move to other big cities in BC. They really want you to stay there in those small communities, so they want to make sure you are as comfortable, or that you'd be able to actually adjust to those communities. After you've passed all that, they're going to recommend you for permanent resident to the federal government, who's going to have the final say if you can come to Canada or not. If you're thinking about how you're going to fit in and how the culture is and everything, these communities are prepared. The federal government expects them to be prepared in helping you transition into the communities as easily as possible. So they're going to have programs to help you transition, and they're also going to introduce you to members in the communities and programs for you and your family to ease the transition as easily as possible, to provide you information that you might need, maybe for school, transportation, getting around, background. So they want you here, and they're doing their best to prepare as much as they can to make sure that you stay and you fit into their community and you benefit from this as much as the communities will be benefiting. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to leave a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel for updates on this program. I'll definitely let you know once they open applications for this program and once they release all the requirements and documents that you're going to need for this program. Remember what I said? Generally, when you're coming to Canada, there are basic documents that you need. So check out my video that I uploaded before and just look through the documentation that you might need to immigrate to Canada. If you want to see a detailed documentation video on immigrating to Canada, then leave it in the comment section and say that you want to see a documentation video, and I'll be happy to do that. I just want to make a video that you guys want to watch or actually need for you to come to Canada. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed this. Again, don't forget to thumbs it up and also subscribe. I will definitely upload you in the summer once they release all the eligibility criteria for this program. Thanks for coming by Cultural Mashup. Have a nice weekend. Bye.